Hello everyone, and welcome to our community assessment video of Winder, Barrow, Georgia. We will be discussing interviews with a variety of first responders, population demographics, wages, education, and health statistics. We'll also confront the problem of obesity within the population and some potential solutions. Barrow County is a county in north-central Georgia. Barrow County includes the cities of Auburn, Bethlehem, Braselton, Carl, Statham, and Winder. There are a few resources offered within the county. There is a food program, Feeding Barrow, which aims to feed food-insecure students on the weekends. There are 3 public libraries: Auburn Public Library, Statham Public Library, and Winder Public Library. There is even a UGA Extension office in the county specializing in agriculture and natural resources. The Extension provides environmental and agricultural education, while providing soil and water testing. Based on the 2015 to 2019 United States Census Bureau, the population consists of 80% white people, 12.9% Black or African American, 0.6% American Indian and Alaskan Native, 4% Asian, 0.1% Native Hawaiian and other Pacific Islander, as well as 12.2% Hispanic or Latino. Jude Smith, Barrow County Sheriff, informed us that there are 5 gyms in the Barrow County area, and that 2 of them are open 24/7. We asked him about healthy eating options in the area, and he said the healthiest option is likely Chick-fil-A, because they have salads. He also said they have juice bars. He said the other restaurants have healthy options, but that people are not likely to choose the healthy options on the menu. When I asked Captain Kevin Locke, the EMS captain of Barrow County Emergency Services, how he would rate the overall health of the community from a scale of 1 to 10, this was his response.
It kind of varies from zone to zone. Some are healthier than others, obviously. Overall score, I would give us probably a 6, 7-ish at a scale of 1 to 10. We have some very health conscious sections. Then we have, typically the poor are less healthy, less take care of themselves. The population that we see on the EMS side is typically a lot less healthier than healthy people tend not call EMS. They don't call them.
The obesity rate for Barrow County men is 36.9%. For females is 38.8%, compared to the national average of 33.8% for men and 36.1% for females. The next clip demonstrates how Captain Locke responds to the obesity rates in Barrow County.
The issues that we have, stems from weight and, uncontrolled diabetes and the way they take care of themselves, and a lot of that can be attributed to, access to good quality food, access to good health care. It tends to be, they eat as healthy as they can with what they can afford.
Or the education they have.
Or the education that they have. Healthier food tends to be more expensive. It's expensive to eat healthy. And having access to affordable food that is healthy is very difficult. And that is not a Barrow County issue, that is a system-wide issue. We need to be able to focus on how can we get good, healthy, farm-to-table food that is affordable.
Okay.
I think to add on to that, the compliance with medications too,
Absolutely.
Right? There's a lot of in the population that we see, there's a lot of non-compliance with medications, or that, like you were saying, they can't afford the medications. That contributes to that as well.
After talking with some of the Barrow County Emergency Service employees, we identified the problem of the community to be obesity. We decided that the target population would be adults ages 25 to 55. Our solution is transportation to Fort Yargo Park and Community Garden. We believe that a future solution includes cooking classes, going to the farmers market, and nutrition education in general. This is Captain Locke's response in regards to what Barrow County is doing for their community.
We try to do community outreach stuff, and that is projects that we are trying to expound on a little bit more than what we have in the past. Staffing being what it is, it makes it a little more difficult. But we do a lot of educational calls. We try to educate these folks on, taking better care of yourself, going to see your primary care physician, not using the emergency room as their primary care, which is a lot of the problem that we have, and just truly just trying to take better care, staying compliant with their medications, and then there are programs out there about Eat Right. We do have farmers markets at once a month, and we try to promote that out to our citizens.
While looking through the county profile created by the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation, several presented themselves as potential factors. For example, the rate of ischemic heart disease and stroke in Barrow County is significantly higher than the national average, particularly when looking at the rate of strokes among men. Breast cancer is also more common in this county than the national average. Even more so, diabetes, in a comparatively widespread problem when looking at these statistics. However, when looking at all of these various health statistics, each of them share a common link: obesity as a risk factor. The target population being addressed are adults aged 25 to 55 years old. This is in hopes that addressing the parents, it will trickle down and kids will also learn the new behaviors and importance of healthy eating and exercise. I then asked firefighter EMT Daniel Broadhead what he believed would be the biggest challenge in decreasing obesity. This was his response.
I think the answer to a lot of these is the education foundation. A lot of the patients that we see, they're non-compliant with their insulin, they're diabetic, they're non-compliant with their medications for COPD, they're not following doctor's orders, they're not doing the things that they should be doing to take care of themselves. One, it could be from the education standpoint, they don't know how to, and I wish there was more we could do, but we basically one-on-one, every call we have, we'll try to explain to them how important it is to do all the things that their doctor is telling them to do, to take their insulin when they need to,
Just to go see a doctor.
or to go see a doctor, not use the emergency room as their primary care. So educating the community on a wider scale, I think, would be a good start. I think an issue with that as well is going to be scalability, like getting it out to the people, because we can only talk to so many individuals. It'd have to be some sort of scalable approach.
Some of the main barriers that our group decided were important was the lack of sidewalks for exercise and lack of restaurants and markets promoting fruits and vegetables. One of the resources facilitating positive health behaviors that our group aims to highlight is a large public park, which will be the focal point of our intervention. Our intervention includes creating a public transportation system that will run from various stops along the Barrow County community to Fort Yargo State Park. Developing this public transportation system will allow our target population to access the park and partake in physical activity. The benefits of this public transportation system include allowing equal opportunity to visit Fort Yargo among our target population, as factors such as differences in socioeconomic status might affect the ability to travel to the park. This transportation system will make it easier for the adults in the community to commute to the park, and the new implementation of this system will also generate social marketing, as word will spread about Fort Yargo and the activities available there. Barrow County Sheriff Jude Smith shared with us that Barrow County just built a 2-mile trail from the downtown part of the city to Fort Yargo. This allows people to walk on a shaded path to the park. He described Fort Yargo as a great place for biking, hiking, and walking, as well as getting outdoors. A problem identified in this interview is the lack of public transportation. He stated that surrounding counties have implemented a system for this, but not Barrow. An additional point to be made is that adults visiting the state park will likely bring their children along with them, facilitating healthy behaviors among that age group. Once we have established the county's transportation system to Fort Yargo State Park and the community garden, we will begin providing food and health education classes to those residing in Barrow County. We think it is vital to ensure the transportation system and garden are being used before we start these classes. Hence, county residents feel a greater sense of community and can visualize the benefit of them utilizing the resources provided and the usefulness and direct impact they could have on their lives. Establishing an environment where health is more important than just a burden is essential, gradually helping individuals break the cycle of repeating negative behaviors to survive. These nutrition education classes will be run by a registered dietitian and at the community garden. They will effectively help educate and inform the public on healthy food options, budget-friendly meals, and more topics to improve the overall health and mindset of the community. We hope that we set the foundation by improving the environment in which these people live to encourage their willingness to make other changes. Matthew Harmon, firefighter and EMTA, gave me some insight as to what Fort Yargo entails.
I know that they have a lot of trails there, but I think it would be neat for them to put out a flyer or something in the community to say, hey, we have so many miles of trails or bike trails and this and that, and maybe just inform the community.
As Mr. Harmon stated, there is a lack of knowledge about what Fort Yargo entails. Captain Locke expressed that he had not been there before, which came as a surprise given that he has a great part in his community. I believe that this exemplifies the need for items such as brochures or flyers that bring community awareness to this recreational park. In an interview with a veteran Fort Yargo Park Ranger, it was made clear that the park is essential for most in the area, but not for all. When asked about the community health and what their community could do better in this aspect, he answered plainly, "Utilize what we already have." He stated that many people don't get out until the weather is too hot and it's not enough. He went on to say that the fort within the park was built for protection, and in a way, the park still stands for the same thing. However, nowadays, we use it to protect one another both mentally and physically. The park is meant to get people outside and to get people to come together. Fort Yargo State Park is meant for physical activity, and the ranger is adamant about the kids being the only ones that use it for such. The problem is getting people there, and making sure they come for more than one day a week or of the year. Going outside could do a lot for our community, says the ranger. An additional component to our intervention includes creating a community garden in Fort Yargo State Park. A community garden will allow our target population to plant fruits, vegetables, and herbs, leading to positive health behaviors. The community garden may provide the community with nutritious plant foods, which are essential to a healthy diet. Given the obesity rate, many community members might not be receiving adequate food and vegetable intake. Not only will planting these allow the community members the opportunity to eat fresh fruits and vegetables and receive their nutrients, but it will also require physical activity to plant these items. Additionally, this garden will provide a sense of community among the target population, and they will gather together to plant, harvest, and plan what to plant and when. Both portions of our nutrition intervention, the public transportation system to Fort Yargo State Park and the community garden in Fort Yargo State Park, will work to address the nutrition issue of obesity among the adult population in Barrow County. By making the park more accessible to all members of the target population and facilitating physical activity and promoting the consumption of fruits and vegetables along with nutrition education, positive health behaviors will begin to benefit the health of this community. Through the assessment of Barrow County, there have been many ideas that should improve the obesity problem. With time, effort, money, and community support, the access to Fort Yargo State Park and the community garden should thrive and help get locally grown fruits and vegetables. We believe our plan will positively impact the whole community and bring a healthier lifestyle. on.